first year in education training, we started off with learning the ins and outs of teaching, so anything education-wise. We started with TEKS first, which is Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, which is what any teacher has to follow no matter what subject or what grade you teach. Then we progressed through the history of education. So the second semester we kind of focused on the history of education. We started off with who was allowed in the first public schools, and then we learned to what's now.
Your level 2 courses are going to be your human growth and development course or your communication and technology in education course. And then when they become juniors, they get to jump into instructional practices in education and training. And that's where they start getting more hands-on and more out in the field and seeing real world time of those instructional research-based practices of that pedagogical content. And then as a senior, you can take practicum in education and training or for 2 hours or for 3 hours. And that's when students are out in the field really practicing turnkey, facilitating the learning and leading it with their mentors right there. And then additionally, once they finish this pathway, they're graduating with 2 certifications. And thankfully we have a district that really values homegrown talent. And so they are turnkey ready to come back and work as paraprofessionals here in the district.
In Ms. Butler's program, you have to complete all 4 years to get your certification level 1 aid. So after I graduated, I got an email from the principal and she asked if I wanted to come back as a para to use my certification, and I said yes.
TAFE is the Texas Association of Future Educators, and it is a CTSO that aligns with our education and training pathway, and that's a career and technical student-led organization.
It's a platform for anybody, whether you want to be a teacher or not, to learn professional skills, how to apply yourself in different workforces. Obviously it is education-based, however, any professional can join and be a part of it and compete.
TAFE plays, in my opinion, a large role in the student's development in the education and training pathway. TAFE is a co-curricular CTSO, meaning that the things that are happening in TAFE, both the leadership framework and the competitive side, are TEKS aligned.
Being an officer has definitely helped prepare me for my future because it gives you so many leadership opportunities and it helps you connect with people from all over the state, which is amazing, and it helps you prepare professionally for any career that you could choose.
So how TAFE has helped me get into colleges, I made it to nationals 2 years in a row, and it just helps you have those things to be on your college references, your just to apply for it.
So last year, I was just a brand new member. I was scared to join. Miss Butler convinced me to join, and it was one of the best decisions I've made. I started becoming active. I went to almost every single event we did. I had so much fun. I've made so many new friends, so many new memories.
This year, Wheat Middle School started their very first TAFE chapter, and they've already had their first meeting. We have 3 little Wheaties that are training for this year's TAFE. They get to compete just like high schoolers. They do all of our service events. They get to volunteer with us, and we really just mentor them to help them prepare for their high school years of TAFE, but they're doing so amazing so far.
A student who has just known since they were little, playing teacher on the playground or maybe bossing their siblings around would be a great fit for this pathway. But also, I always tell my students, some of the best teachers that I've ever known have the best testimonies, meaning they might have been the difficult student in their own education world. And so knowing that you know what a student needs who's struggling at home or who doesn't have it as easy as maybe the next person, those tend to end up becoming the best teachers because they're able to empathize with their students.
I want to be a teacher because I want to give every student an opportunity to feel seen, heard, and loved. And this program has really helped me be able to do that by getting to go to other campuses and getting to volunteer here and just connect with people because education is full of connections. And I think that'll really help me in my future classroom.
I was in 1st grade and I had this amazing teacher. She was just always so positive and caring, even when she would know when you weren't okay and everything. And she just positively impacted my life, and I just want to be like her.
What inspired me to teach was the teachers that I had who took care of me because I didn't necessarily come from a home where I felt loved and supported. And so school was my safe haven. But what continues to keep me teaching is the students that I get to come to every day. They bring me joy, they fill my cup. Even at TAFE conferences, I'll say it time and time again that when you walk into a room and you feel like your cup is empty because you're exhausted as an educator, there's something that fills that cup naturally when you see 5,000 young adults wanting to join the profession.